What is up, everybody? Welcome into a very special episode of United Football Media, coming to you from Central Texas with a very special guest, Mr. Quincy Workman, CEO, owner, the man, the guy who's going to run everything, get everything done for a newly announced Texas Syndicate team as part of the Continental Football League, making this return. Everybody's very excited about this league. Mr. Workman, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing this beautiful day?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Now, I know Mr. Workman's been traveling, so I appreciate him taking the time to join us. Uh, he's the driving force behind the Texas Syndicate team. He's a experienced U.S. Army veteran with 23 years of diverse leadership experience, strong military background, which we down here in the San Antonio, South Texas area know all about that. Military City, USA. We really appreciate your service, sir, from the deepest parts of our hearts. Thank you for that. An extensive work experience, not only in project medical, but biomedical operations. You might have to tell us what that means, because all we do is talk football on this channel. Many different things in private sector. I want to share a quote before we get an interview. COFL.com. You guys, excuse me, COFL Be sure to check out their website. There's tons of articles being popped up, a lot of news being released to their own website, and a lot of history about the league. So you guys check that out. But it was quoted in there that you were a leading in professional sports organization, and the quote you said, it's not just about the game, it's about making meaningful impact on people, and we appreciate that here on United Football Media. Basically, it's getting to know people, and relationship is what makes leagues work or don't work, you know.
Correct.
So speaking of relationship, we're going to be full transparent here. Me and Mr. Workman just figured out that we actually met before, but it was in a dingy, dark hotel bar with libations were part of the deal. So I appreciate him joining me. I guess I didn't act too rude while we were there. We must have got along. What do you think?
Yeah, we were good.
But just a quick little tidbit. If any of y'all guys watch the channel, United Football Media, Brahmas.com, you know that we were covering a former league that was going to be here in San Antonio that's no longer going to be here. But we do have the Central Texas Syndicate coming down here. So we look forward, as part of United Football Media, helping you guys with some extensive coverage for that too, and working with Mr. Workman to promote the league as well as the social medias for the Continental Football League. So follow them on all their socials and website. And we're going to go ahead and get into the interview, and we're just going to get the tough question out of the way right now. What would inspire you to consider being the CEO and operating the Texas Syndicate as part of the Continental Football League's relaunch?
Well, first I want to thank the commissioner, Mr. Kelly, for allowing us to be a part of the league. That's very significant for us. But basically, let's think of it as me looking at football as from a parent and a military standpoint. I saw a need. I was experienced with some of the ups and downs of it with my son, and I figured if someone else can do it, why can't I do it? So I'm here. Here we are.
Beautiful. A lot of us got into this space of covering and creating content for leagues because no one else was doing it. And so it's kind of interesting to hear a league owner and a league official coming out and basically saying the same thing. Hey, no one else is doing it, so sign me up, man. Let's make it happen. That's pretty cool. So, your vision for the Texas Syndicate and the league, how do the two visions align? I know there's a lot of talk that we've already seen some interviews about fan ownership and league ownership and people and all. There's a lot of stuff to be figured out, but high level, how does your vision for what you want to see happen with the team Texas Syndicate coincide with what the league's vision is for the league in general?
Community based. It hit home with me when they wanted to bring in community. Um, from my experience and from my thought process, you can't have a team or a league if you're not in the community and you're not having your teams, your players, your ownership. I mean, available to those communities. How can you really call yourself a league or really try to represent or a town or a representation if you're not there? So that's kind of big with me. And like I said, we one thing, our team will be in the communities all the way through Central Texas. We've already started pre Since inception, we have been out in the community, so it's something we're gonna be big about.
And that's awesome. And just to give you guys a little behind the scenes taste, when we were communicating back and forth, I kept referring to Austin. Mr. Workman was quick to say, "Hey, this is Central Texas. It's not just Austin. They're going to be looking at teams, leagues, players from all over South and Central Texas, and it's going to be more of a larger community feel, not just a simple or singular city feel. Is that correct?"
Correct. We're trying to get players from everywhere. We're holding a tryout in Houston, League City in October. We're going to hold one in San Antonio. We're going to do one in Austin, Pflugerville. We'll try to do one up in Dallas. I mean, we're going to try to hit all areas. We want Central Texas and Texas to be represented well on our team. I mean, the goal is to try to have as many local players as possible, but we will also go outside of the state to get a few players, just to make sure everything is good.
Yeah, there was a league one time back in the day. I don't know if you see above my head called the AAF, and they did a regional allocation at first, and I thought that made the league super successful because if you have a high school football crazy guy, fan, fanatic, whatever you want to call him, that then follows this young man through college and he's playing here in Texas and all that, it'd just be natural to be able to bring that existing fan base from that particular player or that particular school or that particular region of Texas and kind of mesh them all together. And it kind of leads me into my next question. So, you think there's a specific? Now we're going to talk a little bit of trash about the other teams in the league. I'm just kidding. But do you think being in Central Texas gives you like a significant advantage over maybe some of the other teams that will show up in the league?
Uh, I mean, Texas is king of football, so we
There we
have to
go.
go ahead and put that out there. I mean, Texas is king, SEC is king, so. Um, but I'm not
I
gonna
was
say it's put us above everybody because it's players everywhere.
sure.
So we just maybe a little bit heads up on some of the local guys. They might want to stay closer to home, but I mean, football's everywhere. We gotta keep it spread out, give everybody the chance to shine.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you the opportunity to say Texas was number one in football. Just throwing it out there. Appreciate you doing that. A lot of great high school football played down here in Texas, and there's an abundance of talented players. So it's awesome that you guys are going to have that talent pool to pull from. Um, Talking about community and engaging the community. So I know you kind of led to it. You already got some player tryouts scheduled and you got some things going, but talk to me about what your vision is for the Texas Syndicate and how they're going to help build that strong fan base and help build that community. Like, is there anything that you already know, hey, I'm doing this as soon as we start getting organized, uh, some type of event or something, or what would be like the ultimate goal for you as far as getting this community engagement?
Well, kind of like, we've already been doing little things. Like me and a few of the players, we volunteered at the women's shelter here in San Antonio earlier in the year. We've also done a few school drives already, giving school supplies out to kids when school started. We're going to be a part of a community event in Pflugerville on October 4th. So my main thing is with community is being involved, getting in touch with the school districts, getting in touch with a lot of the nonprofits, and making sure that we're available to help them guys out. We'll be working with Big Brother, Big Sister,
Beautiful.
just whatever communities that we can find. Any event, anybody that will have us will be there. That's the one thing that I want everybody to understand and know. Our players, and I want the players to know, if you're going to be a part of our team, you will be available for the community. That is our goal. We are here to help them. If we want them to support us, we need to support them.
That's awesome. So you mentioned there's going to be an event in October 4th, and we'll keep an eye on social media for the league and for yourself to get that out to the public, help in any way we can. But I'm going to just kind of put you on the spot. You feel free to tell me to move on, but you mentioned some players. So do you actually have at least a handful of players that you've already pretty much decided are going to be some of your key cornerstones for the team coming up? Are you ready to one or two names that you think might be at that event, maybe?
One guy we've already announced is Jeremy Hunt. He's a quarterback. He played at ULM. He played at one other college. I can't recall, but he also played with the Corpus Christi Tridents last spring. So he's one of the guys that I can mention as of right now because we've already put him out on social media, and he's been with the organization since its inception. Anything we've needed, he's been there to help out with. So that's the only name I can put out right now. But we got a few more that's gonna shock some people. That's coming out in a few weeks.
Man, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Jeremy Hunt is going to be one of the lucky players that gets to be a cornerstone of building a new league or rehashed new league and a new team down in South Texas. So exciting for him. Thank you for sharing that with us. Um, Talk to me about how the Continental Football League is going to be different than, say, other leagues that you may or may not be in the same space with, like an indoor football league, an AFL, a UFL, an IFA. There's still remnants of that running around out there. What are you guys going to do to kind of separate yourself a little bit different from them?
Well, as far as talking to the leadership, our goal is to get our guys to the next level, a higher level than us. So we're not trying to stockpile players and have people on our team for 4 or 5 years. We want to have them on their 1, 2, maybe 3 years to have them move up. We're trying to build these with strong relationships with the other leagues so that when we send them a player, our word counts. We build a relationship with scouts, GMs, agents, everything to make sure when we send a player somewhere, they're going to be looked at and they're going to actually get a good shot. So that's one of the premises of our league is to make sure we give these guys the opportunity to go and be bigger and better than us.
Yeah, that's awesome. It goes right back to our opening monologue, talking of when you were quoted as saying it's more than about football; it's about the people, and it's amazing to think about that. Get a guy on your team, get that connection. They then will use you to help your team in the league to get connections to the scouts and the next level up those teams, and it's like this big community, and it's crazy on how big of a role that actually plays in getting these guys noticed out there and it's awesome for you guys to be doing that, and for groups like us here at United Football Media to have a small piece of it. So that's pretty interesting. So one more cool thing that you're doing, you mentioned to me off air, is financial literacy for the players. So talk a little bit about that, how that's unique to the Texas Syndicate and to the league.
Well, yeah. So one thing that we're going to offer, or almost mandate for all our players and even some of my staff to go to a financial literacy course. We're working with a few organizations, a few nonprofits to come in and actually teach our guys the right way of how to set themselves up for success after football, during football, or even help get their credit back up and running if they have some issues right now. And one other thing we will be offering also, we got a sports psychologist on staff to help these guys out with their mental focus. One other thing we will be doing starting hopefully in January is start the Texas Syndicate Foundation, which will focus on mental health of athletes. So once I can get the team together, that's why my next thing is to try to start get that nonprofit up. And so we're trying to make a foundation here.
What an awesome deal! What a good selling point for the players too. Learning how to not only get the physical traits to play ball, maybe get to the point where you can earn those big paychecks, but when you get there, have that extra education to know how to deal with it. And then also the mental health is nothing to play around with. So being able to uh, deal with the ups and downs of this professional sport of football. What a great deal that you guys are offering to the players, and should be a really good recruiting tool as well if players are trying to decide where they want to go, right? Arena, Continental Football League, whatever, how to take that next step. What an awesome deal. Thank you for sharing that with us.
All right, no problem, man.
So let's talk a little bit of a long-term vision. I don't want to. I know there's so many things that you guys have to still figure out, and these situations are always so fluid and they change. But it does seem like y'all going to be very successful. So as far as like infrastructure here in South Texas, facilities and things like that. Are you kind of looking first getting into maybe a local high school stadium because you will be playing in the summer while school's in session, that type of deal? Or are you guys going to have some kind of offices around in the Central Texas areas? Are we going to do a lot of this remote work from the house? What kind of is your short and then long-term vision for that?
Short term, we'll be doing a lot of Zoom meetings and everything until we get well established. I mean, I don't. I want to. it's a business, so we got to try to keep overhead as low as possible to make sure that the team can run successfully. I don't need to go have a big shiny building downtown somewhere, and then I won't be able to afford to pay my players, or we can't travel. So, as of right now, we're going to try to keep everything remote. A lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of telecoms. As far as stadiums go, we will probably rent a stadium for right now, just to get everything going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not got to
Yeah.
keep overhead down.
Yeah, for sure. A small football high school stadium in the summer that's kind of central to where a lot of your player base is coming from, so travel's easy in and out, all that kind of stuff. It's just common sense,
So
right?
you got to remember, Texas high school stadiums are little.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's,
this stadiums, you got a small stadium still holding 9 to 10,000 people. So I mean,
yeah,
you can't really say it's a little stadium around, but yeah,
that's true. We might have to look at 3A, right, or 4A. Them 5A stadiums are basically college stadiums in some of the places. So
so we want to help support the school districts as well. So we'll probably do that first for a while.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and once you get into one of the bigger school districts, man, there's already a talent pool, literally, that's just gonna be in the area, seeing you guys, hearing about you guys, and all that stuff. So that's pretty neat. I know that one of the biggest concerns or fans, media, and people that want to buy into these leagues, one of the biggest things they're worried about is, getting engaged, getting involved, getting a love for the team, and then the fails or falls through. And I know there's always a small piece of worry about that for everybody, even with the players and the coaches, and you as an owner, right? You probably have to think about that yourself too. But share a little bit of, I guess, encouragement for everyone else that that you think that you were willing to put your name on this Texas Syndicate and join with the CFL. What is that one thing that made you say, you know what, I'm doing it. I think this is going to work. Ooh,
It all goes
I
back
got a
down
good
to
one.
it all goes down and ties into community and community involvement. If we want our league and we want our teams to succeed and thrive and make it more than a season or two, we have to be involved in our community, and we have to get our communities to buy in. I mean, to me, that is the key. And when the leadership was talking about community and maybe community ownership, that was one of the driving factors. I mean, we have to be there for our communities. And I like the fact that he wants to do it in the smaller communities, give them something to cheer about, something to have to come out and do, and facilitate and help those guys out. So that's the big thing, man. That's the key.
Yeah, yeah. I think I believe what
At
was
least
put
for
out.
me, that's the key.
Yeah, I believe what was put out was that you guys were going to try to avoid NFL cities and UFL cities and IFA cities, like try to find your own little niche. So I know we got the Ohio Valley Ironman, and I'll tell you one thing. When we were talking back and forth, I was thinking, oh, okay, you got Ohio Valley, so that's gonna be in Ohio somewhere, right? But then you're like, no, they're playing in Wheeling, West Virginia. So then I had to Google, okay, man, what is the Ohio Valley? And I realized, okay, this Ohio Valley is in like 6 or 8 different states, a piece of it, and West Virginia is definitely like dead center of it. I even found a map of the Ohio Valley, so I even earned a little geographics or geology, with the Ohio River Valley and all that. So you got a team up there going to be playing in Wheeling, West Virginia. You guys are going to be down here in the Central Texas, Austin, Pflugerville, that area. Out for people that are not from Texas, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours north of San Antonio. There's another city called New Braunfels in between there, and this whole Central Texas metro is just blowing up, and even up to Waco is not that far coming down from the other way. So that whole 35 corridor is just crazy. So I guess my question and all that is, we got a West Virginia team, we got a Central Texas team. Are you guys looking at prox? And I know you're not ready to announce any other locations and all that, but is proximity playing a role? Like, you guys trying to get a team close to Central Texas, close to up there in West Virginia, so you have a natural rivalry up there?
So the one thing I can say is the goal of the league is to be regional. We want to have all teams that play within a certain travel range. So the league ownership is focusing on making sure that our teams have rivalries, are not too far of travel, and We're gonna keep it like that. The Southern region is not gonna be playing the Northern region into playoffs or into championships. So that's another thing that kind of drew me to the league is that the league is thinking about longevity. And one of the things with longevity is also travel costs and proximity of teams. So they want to keep everything in a geographical area that makes sense for travel, fan base, rivalries, and everything to make sure we can keep this league around. Again, going back to that community, we want to build our community and our regions up, and have it go from there.
Beautiful. So I'm not. This is not Mr. Workman saying this. This is me saying this. Everybody. So it does sound like we're gonna have at least a team within like a 2 hour drive of Austin or so, maybe 3 hours to go root against. So let's hope we get some type of rivalry. It can. There's tons of places to put them down here, so we're looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. Thank you for sharing that piece about the North and the South, basically not playing each other until the playoffs. That's actually a great idea. It's crazy to think about why no league hasn't done this yet, to where you're only having that real long distance travel just for the playoffs. I mean, you look at some of these colleges now. You got a team in Los Angeles playing a team over over in the same conference over here on the East Coast, and this crazy stuff that Big Ten and everything that's going on. So it's wild. Just think about this: the ability for a fan of your team, Texas Syndicate, and if there's a team 3 hours away in some other region of Texas or Louisiana, wherever it winds up being, that's not that bad of a drive. You can take off on a Saturday morning, go down there, catch a game, and come back Sunday or whatever. Maybe there's a casino by. You can, who knows? But that's just the way I think. I think it's a great idea. It's a brilliant strategy by the league, and I truly think it's going to encourage success. So now you have a general manager already slated for the team. Did I understand that correctly by the news release on the website?
Correct.
Is it? Do you? You gotta forgive me. I actually didn't put that in my note. Was his name Ned?
Ned Harrington, yes.
Can you give us a little bit of insight into Mr. Harrington and some of his experience with football?
Well-rounded gentleman. He has his background in the Arena League.
Okay.
He was head coach and he's a scout for a few agencies. When I put the call out saying I was looking for a GM on various sources, he was one of the few guys that actually, reached back out. I guess a lot of people probably thought I was playing around or really wasn't serious about anything, but he reached back out. We had some nice conversations, and one of the things that drew me to him was he's hungry, and like I want my players to be. He's hungry to make sure everything succeeds. He keeps me level-headed. He's not afraid to tell me, "Hey, sir, I don't think we need to do that just yet. Let's worry about this right here, and let's focus on this right here for right now." Sir, no, you might be trying to spend a little bit too much money there. Let's calm down. We can focus that on other things. So he's young, but he's hungry and he's focused and he's keeping me straight. So I think he's going to work out pretty well for us.
That's awesome. Well, we look forward to getting to know him and getting to see his style. And he's already in the business. If he's been with the arena leagues and scouting and everything, it sounds like he's going to be a tremendous asset, getting everything going. So, anything else you want to share with the fans before we get out of here and let you get back? I know you literally just got back in the country from some international travel, so we don't want to keep you all day. Anything you want to share with the fans that they should be looking forward to in the next couple of months?
Just stay tuned, man. We will be announcing the head coach soon. We're searching, trying to make sure we find the right fit. It's going to help our players out. Got some player announcements that we're coming out soon. More league announcements, as you know, that's coming out. So, I mean, just stay tuned. Follow us and look out for us. I mean, we got merchandise on the site. If you go to our site, TexasSyndicateGroup.com, there's a store on there. We're going to start updating content on there as well. Follow us on all our socials. We're also having a jersey giveaway. Matter of fact, it'll probably be this one right here. Everybody want to see it. Just a fan jersey, for whoever shares and gets the most people to follow the social media. So that ends on the 30th, actually. So
Oh, So I got 9 days. Okay, we got 9 days to get it out there. Hey, I'm gonna say that is that the color scheme that the Texas Syndicate is gonna go with right there. I mean, I'm assuming
Yeah,
if you're giving the jersey away,
yeah.
little
Our color
gray,
schemes
little
are
blue.
so it's deep navy, burnt orange, gunmetal gray, silver, and white.
Now, how much thought went into it? Are these just colors that you liked, or is like the blue and the orange and the gray have some kind of significance to you in your background, or is it just if you could just say you just liked it, but
I
who knows,
mean,
right?
I like it, but it's a little bit of a history, and once you follow the social medias, then we're gonna start putting a little bit more of that information out on why we chose each color and how what the significance is. I can't let all that out right now.
Okay. I tried to dig something out, but we'll definitely keep our eye out for that. Definitely the branding and the color scheme and the significance of what it represents to the community in the area is a big deal. So we look forward to getting some more detail on that coming forward. It's going to be awesome to get to learn the team, learn the league. I know the Continental Football League has a rich history here in San Antonio with the San Antonio Toros from back in the day. So that's kind of cool that we have at least a Central Texas team coming back. Maybe we'll have another one pop up here or there, but stay tuned to CoFLfootball.com and then also Texas Syndicate's website. Can you repeat the website for us, please?
Yes, yeah, TexasSyndicateGroup.com.
TexasSyndicateGroup.com. I think I got registered on both of them to receive email updates. So you guys go on there and register. They'll send you guys email updates and watch for news coming out. And player announcement, everybody. Player announcements are coming out. We already got a quarterback on the roster, so to speak, Mr. Hunt. Look forward to getting to know him and see who he's going to be blocking for him and throwing to and all that good stuff here coming up. And you guys are launching in the summer of 2026 to avoid conflict with the NFL, college football, UFL. You kind of get your own little spot there out in the summer. So we're looking forward to that. Can't wait to catch some games up in Central Texas area and watch you guys dominate the Southern Division. Real quick, before we get out of here, do you know how many teams? I think it was, 8 teams was the goal for the league at launch. So 4-4 is kind of what we're thinking.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. We look forward to it. Texas Syndicate is basically going to be everybody else's big brother because they were the first to market. So the rest of you other 3 teams better just get ready. But with that, we really appreciate you, Mr. Workman, joining us. Thank you so much for your time. We look forward to partnering with the Texas Syndicate and the CoFL, Continental Football League. Anything we do here on behalf of United Football Media, we're going to get out of here. We don't have a slogan or a saying yet for Texas Syndicate, but I'm sure they'll be coming up with
Oh, yeah,
something
we
real
do.
cool.
We do.
Oh, what we got? Let's have it
Unite
then.
the hustle. Yo, unite the hustle.
Unite the hustle. That's a good one. I saw that on the website, and it quoted you with that, unite the hustle. I thought that was just a life motto. Didn't realize that was going to be the team slogan. So we got that right here, team slogan.
We gotta hustle, man. We gotta get out there and get it. These guys are hungry. They gotta get it. They're gonna have to hustle their way up to where to the big leagues. I mean, we gotta do it.
The mentality is already leaching out there. Unite the hustle. We're going to get out of here with that, everybody. Texas Syndicate, follow my social media, follow Continental Football League. Read the history of the league, man. It's kind of cool to think about. They were doing this back in the 60s, everybody. It's awesome that it's coming back. On behalf of United Football Media, we're going to end it with a little Unite the Hustle, baby. Let's go.